I guess we can start.
Okay, Dr. Asino, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay, let's go. So, hi everyone, this is Ying. I'm a graduate student from Oklahoma State University, and also I'm the CLT representative at GSA. So today we're gonna have a GSA leadership webinar with the Culture, Learning, and Technology Division leader, Dr. Tutaleni Asino. So, Dr. Asino, could you please introduce yourself?
Yes, I am Tutaleni Asino, and I'm at Oklahoma State University in the Educational Technology Programs, which is in the College of Education. And I'm currently the president of the Culture, Learning, and Technology Division of AECT.
Thank you. So now following, I can interview you with some questions. So the first question, what drew you to AECT and why do you continue your involvement with AECT?
I started getting involved in AECT when I was a student at Penn State. And primarily because that was the association that many of my classmates were already a part of, and a lot of the faculty were also affiliated with it. And there were a lot of people who have also been at Penn State in the past who have been leaders in the field that have also been active in AECT. So for me, it just made sense because it was the one association that seemed to be talking most about the issues that I was interested about when it came to our field. So that's why I got involved initially. I continue to be involved because it's become now my community, my professional family, if you will, where I have a lot of people that I collaborate with. People who are interested in issues that matter to me, and people who are doing a lot of very fantastic scholarships that I want to be engaged with. So that for me is why I continue to be involved.
Thank you. So just an extra question. So can you tell us like your timeline, like when is the first time you get involved with AECT and then when you become the leadership with CLT?
I started in getting involved in AECT the first semester of graduate school of my PhD program. So ever since then, I have just been involved. So it's been a few years of that, and I started off actually with GSA. The first year that I went there, I think one of my classmates, Michael Montalto Rook, was the president at that time, or he was the president-elect at that time. And then after we came back, they were looking for a new president-elect, and then I volunteered and got involved. So for me, GSA is very special to me because that's where I got started with my involvement, and most of the people that I collaborate with have also gone through GSA. One of my close friend and collaborator, Tanya Duse, was also past president of GSA. So we all sort of went through that process of GSA because it's a really good way of getting involved in the society, in the association rather. And it really gives you a lot of good experience and gets you connected with a lot of different people who are your peers who are also interested in similar things.
So that is very encouraging for graduate students to participate in GSA. So
absolutely. Absolutely. I think as a graduate student, you'll be crazy not to participate in GSA.
Okay. Thank you. And next question, could you please introduce Culture, Learning, and Technology Division and talk about the division's role in AECT?
Sure. The Culture, Learning, and Technology Division in its current role is a little bit new, but as a group, it has been around for a while. It started as part of it started as the Minorities in Media group. that was one of the division in the in AECT, and the name was recently changed to Culture, Learning, and Technology. And really, our interest here is to look at issues that are at the intersection of those three things: culture, learning, and technology, because we think they really go well together. A lot of the time, people tend to look at learning and technology together, but leave culture out of it. And culture, from a CLT standpoint, is a very integral part of everything that we do. Everything that we are is, I believe, comes from first from our culture. Culture is an integral part of who we are. And when it comes to, especially to learning, our learning is mitigated by culture in a lot of ways. When it comes to technology, the technology also has certain cultural component embedded within it. So if I create something, more than likely it's going to have elements of my culture as a Namibian in that process. So we think that we can't really talk about educational technology or learning and teaching with technology without really looking at the role that culture plays in all these parts. So that our division looks at research that really focuses on examining the role of these three constructs together within the AECT. So I think we are the only division, or rather I know we're the only division that really focuses on that. And we're always really happy to welcome any collaborations with anyone in AECT.
Mm-hmm. I think what you just mentioned also answered my next question, is what is something that CLT offers rather than other divisions? So do you have anything more to add on what you just said?
Yeah, no, I think really the biggest thing for us is looking at how these things work together. And all the other divisions also have unique components about them. Ours really the big major uniqueness of it that distinguishes us from other division is this focus on the role of culture in learning and technology.
Thank you. So you just mentioned to us that you start to get involved with AECT since you were a PhD student in our field. Mm-hmm. And then can you tell us, how did you begin your CLT leadership journey?
Well, I think my CLT leadership journey was sort of a continuation from my GSA, because when I was president of GSA, well, my leadership role in GSA had 3 years. When you start off as a president-elect, president, and then past president. So once I was no longer a graduate student, I was looking for a new division that I really wanted, that I could get more involved with. And the two that the three for me that I usually got involved with, one was the international division, the CLT division, and also the systems thinking division. So those were sort of my three groupings that I would get involved with. But for me, CLT just made a whole lot more sense because also of the research that I do, which is comparative and international in nature, where the role of culture plays a significant role in how we understand different phenomena in education internationally. So it made sense for me to want to get more involved in CLT and find a space for my research. And it just so happened that they were having an election that time, and I ran for that position, and I was selected.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Sure.
So next question, what do you do in your capacity as a leadership position?
Well, as a current leader of CLT, my role started last year as the president-elect. And as a president-elect for a division, and I think this is the same for all division in AECT, you really start, and including GSA, you start off as president-elect helping plan the conference. So you do the call for proposal, coordinate reviews, and all those different things. And then once you're president of the division, your role is really more to be a contact person for the division, try to coordinate certain programs and events. But I think overall your goal and your role should really be to try to set a strategic direction for the division for the year that you're in charge as a president. So for me, that's sort of what I try to do. We meet once a month, the first Monday of every month, as a board, and then we're gonna try to be meeting maybe once a month as well for the general membership. But most of the time, it's trying to coordinate with other division leaders, try to continue the conversation and keep it alive between the conferences and so on.
Okay, thank you. So what is your primary focus as a CLT leader?
What is my primary focus? My primary focus really, well, I think I have many, but the main one really, I guess the primary one is just to continue to extend the conversation about how important culture is. And it's important in terms of how we write about culture. So it's important for us in the division to continue to be, in a way, thought leaders about how we write, how we talk about culture in learning and technology. So for me, that's really the primary role for me, is just to continue to promote that conversation, not just within my division, but also in AECT and as well as the field as a whole.
Thank you. So the following question is about CLT involvement. So the first one is how to become a CLT member.
Well, the first one is the first thing is just when you log into the AECT website and you create your account, you can get to choose what divisions you want to be affiliated with, and you can check off and join that way. That's really important because when you join that way, then you can then get emails from the divisions. And then the next one will be to just participate in the meetings. Whenever the email is sent out about a meeting coming up, you attend those meetings. And if you have any concerns or programs that you want to do, you just communicate to the leadership in CLT and make sure that your voice is heard as well.
So when you talk about connect to the CLT leadership, you mean the new member can contact you, right? Or
yes, they can definitely contact me. But our website also have many other people, because I'm only the president, but we have many other vice presidents and other officers who are also involved in the division.
And those information can be found on AECT CLT division, right?
Exactly. Cool. On our Facebook page as well.
Facebook page, okay. Yeah. So, like if I'm a new member, I just register with AECT and I choose to affiliate with CLT. So how could I get more involved with this division?
I think once you affiliate and once you sign up and you affiliate with a division with CLT, you can just take a look at the different roles that are there, and just you can reach out to anyone who's on our leadership page, or you can send me an email directly. My email is there as well, and just let me know that you're interested in participating, and then we'll be happy to get you involved.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
So you just mentioned we have a Facebook page. Any other social media platform we have?
Yes, we have a Facebook page. We have a LinkedIn account as well. We also have a Twitter account. And then, of course, we have a page on the on the AECT webpage as well, that you can reach us there. So we are reachable in many different forms.
Okay, thank you. That's very cool. So anything else you want to share with us today about leadership role, or about CLT, or about GS, maybe about GS involvement as well? Anything else you want to share?
Well, I think from a leadership standpoint, I think it's one of the things that I like about AECT that it makes it very easy to get involved. And I don't think it's ever too early to get involved as a graduate student. So I think you should start getting involved as early as possible. GSA, of course, is a great place to start to get involved. CLT as a division, we're always looking for people to get more involved, especially people who are interested in doing research that intersects culture, learning, and technology. So we're always looking for people to get involved in there and share their research. For me, AECT would not be the same if I'm not involved. I can't just be someone who goes to the conference and then ends and goes back afterwards. I like being involved. I like knowing more about the association, and I like the service component of being able to give back to the society. So I really encourage everybody who's able to participate as much as possible.
Thank you for all the sharing. Our last portion of this webinar is the live question and answer. So if anyone has any question. No. So should we end this webinar?
I actually, I'm sorry, I actually have a question. Tutaleni, what kind of opportunities, leadership opportunities CLT offers for grad students? Like, let's say, if I want to take part in CLT division, what kind of roles I can get, or what kind of responsibilities I can, have in CLT division?
Well, we have many different positions, and I don't think we have any position that necessarily says that a graduate student can't run for. But of course, I probably wouldn't recommend as a graduate student to run for president of CLT, because I'm sure you have a lot of other stuff that you could be working on. But we have, for example, even like communication officer is another one that we have that you can definitely run for. We have special projects as another position. But really, most of our division positions are available for anyone to run, as long as they're an AECT member. I think what's important is just for any graduate student to be able to be honest with themselves and say, well, can I really do all of that is required for that specific position? But like a communication officer, even people who want to coordinate different special projects and so on can definitely be involved. The other thing for me is, if you're a graduate student and you want to get involved in a division, and you don't necessarily see a role that is for you there, it's okay to approach the leadership of that division and just say, hey, I want to get involved. How can I get involved? Can you create is there a way or a position that I can do that is not being filled right now? And they'll be able to tell you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sure.
I also have a question.
Yeah.
I would like to learn, maybe you have talked about it already because I was a bit late, sorry about that. But I would like to learn about your co-authorship opportunities that you may have had in the past. Can you tell me a little bit about your co-authorship experience within your division? Like, like how many publications have you produced so far as a division in terms of co-authorship?
Sure, that's a very good question, and it's it's testing my knowledge about the data that we have. But no, we have had many. We have had a few publications that we're really excited about. Last year, we had an edited book that CLT produced, and right now we also have another second book that is in the works as well. And those are usually very good places to start for co-authorship, because an edited book, you can work with multiple people on the different chapters that are involved in there. Right now, I am in the process of co-editing a special issue for Tech Trends with Dr. Amy Bradshaw at University of Oklahoma, and Dr. Camille Dixon-Dane at the University of Melbourne in Australia.
I'm from University of Oklahoma, by the way. Yeah.
Excellent. So we have that as well as a special issue that we send out a call to, and we have very many good articles, and I think some of them are already being published online, but the issue itself will be coming out during the summer. So we have those. We have collaborations with the Emerge Africa group, where we're also doing a lot of different webinars and looking for different ways to publish and co-author together. We also have, during the AECT conference, we have mentoring sessions where you can actually, as a graduate student, bring your idea and your project and get feedback on that from a panel of experts. So we have a lot of those different opportunities. And then, I can safely say that you can approach anybody on the CLT board, and if you're interested in co-authoring something, they'll be more than happy to talk you through it and partner up with you. So I know that I'm always open for those things.
Okay, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Sure, nice to meet you.
So I would also like to ask. So in GSA we have CLT GSA representative. What kind of, we know what kind of roles that they Ying here actually are GSA CLT rep. We know what kind of roles they have in GSA, but I'm curious about what kind of roles actually they have in CLT as well.
Well, the role for a grad student representative between AECT and or rather between GSA and whatever division that they're attached to, I think is pretty much the same. And from a CLT standpoint, we view it in really as a multi-directional position, where we are hoping that the representative from GSA can participate in our meetings and can tell us about the concerns that of graduate students, and also be able to let us know what are some of the things that they want to collaborate with us on. And then from our side, we would love to and appreciate having someone from who can communicate what's happening in our division. So ideally, what should be happening is that person can attend our meetings and report back to GSA about what's happening. What are the events that are happening there? How can people get involved and everything else? And then at the same time, that person can also come back to us and communicate any information that GSA wants to share with us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
But what I like about that role also is that it's one of those roles that it really depends on what both groups want to do. So whatever the groups want to negotiate as a way to collaborate, they can definitely do that.
Thank you.
Oh.
So if there is no more question, we will thank you, Dr. Asino, for joining us for today's webinar. And thank you everyone for participating in this webinar.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much, Tutaleni, and thank you very much for moderating it, Ying. Thank you very much, both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.